Today we start the new article of the chapter vector space. The name of article is linear dependence, and in the same article we shall see linear independence also. Therefore, we have written or we have considered name of article as linear dependence and linear independence. In last lecture, we have seen that if V is a vector space over field F and V1, V2 from Vm belongs to V and alpha 1, alpha 2 from alpha m belongs to F. Then the vector alpha 1 V1 plus alpha 2 V2 plus on alpha n Vn, which no doubt element of V. If we denote this by small v, then this V is called as a linear combination. It is a linear combination of V1, V2, Vn. And if we consider S is a subset of V, then set of all linear combinations of elements of S. Set of all linear combinations of elements of S is denoted by L of S, and it is called as a linear span of S. Linear span of S. What is the linear span of S? Linear span of S is a set of all possible linear combinations of elements of S. Okay? Now, we shall define linear dependence at first. Means to define it, listen carefully, this is very important. To define it, we shall consider V is a vector space over the field F. Okay? And V1, V2, so on. Vn are elements of vector space V. And consider lambda 1, lambda 2, so on, lambda n are elements of the field F. Okay? Now, these elements V1, V2, Vn of vector space V are called as a linearly dependent if there exist scalars lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda n not all zero at the same time. At least one of them must be non-zero, satisfying the condition that lambda 1 V1 plus lambda 2 V2 plus so on lambda n Vn is equals to 0. If this condition is satisfied, then the vectors V1, V2, Vn upper vector space V are called as linearly dependent vectors or linearly dependent elements. The condition is that there must be exist scalars lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda n in a field F, not all zero, satisfying this condition. Not all zero, but their linear combination must be equal to 0 then the elements V1, V2, Vn are called as a linearly dependent element. When it is called as a linearly dependent element, this linear combination must be equal to 0, but this scalar coefficient all at the same time is not equal to 0. That means at least one of them must be non-zero. Either lambda 1 is non-zero or lambda 2 is non-zero, or any one of these. For example, lambda n is also non-zero. Either 1, 2, 3, whatever it may be, but at least one must be non-zero. Then the vectors are called as a linearly dependent vectors. Okay. Now second type is linearly independent. Only one change is that if the vectors v1, v2, vn belongs to V, and there exists scalars lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda n belongs to F, satisfying the same condition, but this must be implied that lambda 1 is equals to 0, lambda 2 is equals to 0, and so on, lambda n is equals to 0. What is the difference between linear dependence and linear independence? These vectors are called as a linearly dependent if there exist scalars not all 0 satisfying this condition. Up to this. Okay? Then these are called as linearly dependent. For linearly independent, these vectors are called as linearly independent if there exist these scalars. Linear combination must be equal to 0, but all scalars coefficient must be equal to 0. Then these vectors are called as the linearly independent vectors or linearly independent elements. Are you getting the difference? Consider the n elements of the vector space V, n scalars of the field F. Consider their linear combination which is equal to 0. If at least the scalar coefficient is not equal to 0, then these vectors are called as the linearly dependent vectors. If all are 0, these are called as a linearly independent vector. Now from this definition, it is clear that set of vectors is either linearly dependent or linearly independent. Means if these vectors are given, then it must be linearly dependent. I am writing in short, LD means linearly dependent. Or if these vectors are not linearly dependent, they must be linearly independent. Any one of these must be true, because any one scalar non-zero or all may be equal to 0. This condition must be satisfied, that therefore every set of vectors is either linearly dependent or linearly independent. If it is linearly dependent, it should not be linearly independent. If it is linearly independent, it should not be linearly dependent. Is it clear? Now we shall see one problem for linear independence. As an example, here we shall consider F is a field of real numbers, that means elements of F are real numbers, and we shall consider vector space F2, three-dimensional vector space, and then we shall prove that the vectors 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0 and 0, 0, 1. Okay. These are elements of F3, belongs to F3, vector space F3, or the field F of real numbers. Then we shall prove that these vectors are linearly independent. These are linearly independent means scalar coefficient R must be
equal to 0. Now, if we consider with our definition, what is V1? V1 is the vector 1, 0, 0. V2 is other vector 0, 1, 0, and V3 is third vector. V3 is equals to 0, 0, 1. Okay? Now consider lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3. Because there are three vectors, therefore we have to consider three scalars. Lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3 belongs to F, such that lambda 1 V1 plus lambda 2 V2 plus on lambda n Vn. But in this case, what is n? N is number of vectors. There are only three vectors, which we have to consider up to lambda 3 V3 is equals to 0. We have taken the linear combination of these vectors V1 into V3 is equals to 0. If this scalar coefficient lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3, out of these three, at least one is non-zero. At least one is non-zero, then the vectors V1, V2, V3, that means these three vectors are linearly dependent. If all scalar coefficients, that is lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3 are 0, then these vectors are linearly independent. Let us see what happens. Put the values. Lambda 1, V1 is 1, 0, 0. Plus lambda 2 V2 is 0, 1, 0 plus lambda 3 V3 is 0, 0, 1 is equals to 0. As the left hand side is three-dimensional vector, 0 right vector on right side must be 0 vector of dimension 3, that is it can be written as 0, 0, 0. Now take this scalar multiplication, lambda 1 into 1, 0, 0. It can be written as lambda 1, 0, 0 plus, now multiply by lambda 1. Lambda 2 into 0 is 0, 0, lambda 2, 0. This is scalar multiplication. Again, you multiply by lambda 3 into this vector plus lambda 3 into 0, 0, lambda 3 into 0, 0, lambda 3 into 1, lambda 3 is equals to 0, 0, 0 vector. Okay? This is called as a scalar multiplication. Now, sum of these three vectors, which are called as a vector addition. Now, addition is we have to take the sum of corresponding terms. That means it is lambda 1, first term, first term, first term. That is lambda 1 plus 0 plus 0, second term 0 plus lambda 2 plus 0, third 0 plus 0 plus lambda 3. Now this is a vector is equals to 0, 0, 0. Okay? Now lambda 1 plus 0 plus 0, it is a lambda 1, 0 plus lambda 2 plus 0, it is lambda 2, 0 plus 0 plus lambda 3, it is a lambda 3 is equals to 0, 0, 0. Now we get lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3 is a vector 0, 0, 0. Now these two vectors are equal. That means by definition of equality of two vectors, we must have lambda 1 is equals to 0, lambda 2 also equals to 0, and lambda 3 also equals to 0. We can see that all scalar coefficients are equal to 0, and therefore these given vectors are linearly independent. Okay, if we get if at least one of these three is non-zero, instead of zero, any other real number, then we say that these vectors are linearly dependent. As in this case, we get all three are zero. Therefore, the given vectors 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, and 0, 0, 1 of a vector space F3 over the field of real numbers are linearly independent. Okay? We shall conclude our today's lecture.